Good morning. It's what is it, Wednesday today? And my good friends Stacy and Max are in town, and I stopped here to get them some chocolate because Max likes this bacon chocolate, but they're closed. But they're filming Chicago PD right over here, which I'm going to show you in just a second. But it's a crappy, rainy, miserable day. I thought I caught a break in the rain so that I could ride down to see them for coffee before they shoot. They're going around the country. I'll let them explain that to you. But there's the Chicago PD stuff going on right over there. Always a hotbed of activity in my neighborhood for filming. So we'll see. So I would. Oh, there's that girl. She's on Chicago PD right there. I know her. I recognize her. She's, I don't know. I forget her name. But you recognize her if you watch the show. So, this is kind of cool. You can't tell who real cops are and who the actor cops are. But they got a ton of equipment down here. So, anyway, there's your Chicago PD update. I got to get going into my own little thing here. But that's it. Well, that was kind of cool, running in to see the Chicago PD, and I forgot that Max likes Chicago PD. At least he mentioned it last time, and I didn't see the guy that he likes on the show, the bad guy, or the bad cop, good cop, bad cop, whatever. But I'm going to ask him about that when he gets here. So just waiting on them, and what a crappy day today is.
Yeah, it's kind of too bad.
But it's all good.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the vlog. I just showed Max how to upload to his new, not new, but what's the word when you jumpstart?
Reboot.
Restart, like Hillary.
Yeah. I'm rebooting my YouTube channel.
Restarting, my restart button, Russia.
Yeah, I had no idea that it was so easy.
Yes, just the results. And you can subscribe to him at Max Kaiser TV. There's a video up there that we just posted. Max, what are you doing in Chicago?
Well, you know, Andrew, this is the latest city on the Great American Pilgrimage tour that I'm on with Steven Baldwin. We started in Los Angeles. We're heading, I think we end up in either Boston or New York. We're visiting towns and cities across America, talking to real Americans.
Yes.
And, you know, because the election of 2016 shocked a lot of people, and the people who made that, swung the results, were people that the mainstream media doesn't talk to, and the mainstream media still doesn't talk to these people.
No, it's amazing. Now, is Steven Baldwin the one that's conservative?
Yeah. More or
less?
Mm-hmm. That's right. He's
the black sheep of the
diametrically opposite of Alec Baldwin. So the two brothers are on complete different political spectrum.
What's Thanksgiving like at their house?
At the moment, from what I understand, they have not talked since the election.
What?
Yep. And Alec had a big event in New York. It was at the end of last season of Saturday Night Live. He had like a roast or something like this, and everyone was there, and all the Baldwins were there, but Steven wasn't there. And so there's a real rift now that as a result of the election. Well, that's the way it is, you know. It's like the Hatfields versus the McCoys, you know. Politics can do that.
I know. So we're down here at Lincoln Hotel. You love the coffee here. At least Stacy does. I know that.
Oh, Lincoln Hotel coffee is fantastic. The iced coffee, I drink iced coffee all over the world. Lincoln Hotel's got top 3 for iced coffee, I think. Another one I like is Jack's Coffee in New York. Love Jack's Coffee. This hotel's got great iced coffee. Whatever they're doing, I think it's cold brew or something, but they know what to do. They know how to do it.
Okay, now it's been, what, about how many years? I think it's been 10 years since I first had you on the TV show I had in Dallas. It's been that long.
Yes, you're one of the pioneers of alt media, let's call it, and also in the financial space, which is, I think, how we were attracted to each other originally because we're both kind of on.
I get no credit for this. I do. You know.
Well, there's room for alternative media in finance because finance it tends to be very one-sided, rah-rah cheerleading. Like markets up, that's good. Markets down, that's bad. That's kind of the entire analysis you find on CNBC. That's it. Like Bob Pisani will be saying, market's going up, that's great. Or, uh-oh, market's going down, that's bad.
I remember your first show was like the Oracle.
On BBC World News, we did the Oracle with Max Kaiser. Yeah.
Now it's funny, and I forget, I always remember this because I watch a lot of vlogs. And you were doing something in Iceland. You were floating around, you had this shot like above the water or something like that, and you were talking about how Iceland's a total bag of crap.
A year before it melted down.
It was before it melted down, and it was mentioned in the book, what's that guy? The Micheal Lewis book.
Oh, yes.
And he was talking about how, what's his name, Kyle Bass used Iceland in the, what's that game? Brisk.
Yes.
As a way to jump into Europe and all this. Everything you talked about, even Kyle Bass was investing in a year before, and I was like, damn, Max was spot on.
Yeah, well, you're referring to a film that we did for Al Jazera English.
Ooh.
It wasn't BBC News, it was a series on Al Jazera English called People in Power. We made a series of films for them. One of them was took place in Iceland. I was in the Blue Lagoon, and we shot. Cool. Yeah, we had our cameraman. You're not allowed to take cameras into the Blue Lagoon, but we snuck it in. And my concept for that shot was in Apocalypse Now, where Martin Sheen pops up.
Oh, is that what it was?
When he's about
to I remember that part.
Yeah.
So Apocalypse.
So that was the direction. It's like try to make it look like because there's a mist in the background.
It's memorable.
In the Blue Lagoon. So we're trying to kind of recapture that shot without drowning, and do it on the fly with no budget.
I'm gonna have to go back and look that up. Yeah, I'm actually gonna drop that into this video because I could probably find it on YouTube.
Yeah, we needed, if you had some light flashing in the back, like some flash paper or something, it would really make that come through.
So speaking of Apocalypse Now, what's the new apocalypse?
Artificial intelligence.
The one that Elon Musk and Drudge keep talking about?
Yeah. We were just on the Lakota Reservation in North Dakota, and we got a feeling for life on the reservation. And it's harsh, it's oppressive. There's cops everywhere. The cops stopped us multiple times, and people live under occupation. And this is coming for all of us, and it's called the artificial intelligence occupation. AI is going to completely transform our experience here on planet Earth, and it's happening rapidly. That's my setup. I don't know what you think about that.
I'm scared to even look because I'll get kind of, you know, I got a kid. I just don't want to think about these things. Maybe next week I'll look that up. Maybe next time.
Well,
before the end of the year, I'll be up to speed on AI.
The key is just all the gateways that we take for granted, of our freedom, the ability to come and walk in and out of a building, of accessing our friends.
Oh, don't even tell me. I just got back from Vegas. I mean, Vegas is a police state. I mean, you can't go through the casino like we were with this camera.
Okay, but that's the state that is creating a police state, and you're still beholden to the state. What I'm talking about is becoming beholden to artificial intelligence that's beyond the state, that will be controlling the state. Okay, so there's, within the artificial intelligence pool of intelligence is a new deity, a new god that's artificially intelligently generated that people will start worshiping. We're transforming ourselves from kind of a human species to something that's something different.
Well, then I got a question, because you know I have a 12-year-old son who usually appears on this vlog.
Yes.
What advice would you give to a 12-year-old kid that watches a lot of YouTube, like most other 12-year-olds, like The Graduate? Would you say plastics, or would you say AI? How would you frame that up to a 12-year-old?
Okay, so a 12-year-old, I think, I bet your son, he's a very smart kid. So he understands these concepts about what we would consider to be sacrosanct, that is our freedom. We want freedom. So what I would say is, here in America, we have the state, which provides through the Constitution and the Bill of Rights freedoms. We have various freedoms, and these freedoms are now being destroyed through both actors inside the state, but also by artificial intelligence, as I've just described it. There is, as I see it, only one area now that preserves sovereignty and individual sovereignty, and that would be with cryptocurrency and with Bitcoin. So I would tell your 12-year-old to start buying crypto, even with $1 or $5. You can buy into the crypto space, and 10 years from now, 15 years from now,
I have. As a matter of fact, I took my
million.
first jump into Bitcoin 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
And I opened the account, I looked around, I put some money in there, and I haven't looked at it all week.
Right.
And I think it's doing pretty good.
Well, yeah.
I'll go back and look. I'm going to put some more money into it.
You know, someone just came out with an analysis that's brilliant, in that back in 1995, the entire internet ecosystem of Netscape and all companies and all browsing technology and all VC money equaled about $80–90 billion. And now we know that that grew to become multi-trillion-dollar
I remember.
behemoths. You know, the Googles, eBay, all these companies started out from nothing.
Hey, Amazon sold books.
Right. And now they rule the world. The top biggest companies in the world are these tech companies. So now in crypto space, Bitcoin's worth about $70–75 billion. So it mimics or maps exactly where the internet was in 1995. So if you missed the internet boom and you missed Google and you missed these huge opportunities, here's another bite at the apple. You know, here it is all over again.
No, I believe it.
As this space explodes to multi-trillion-dollar valuation, Bitcoin's going to $100,000 a coin.
And we'll talk offline, but Jon Najarian, who I work with.
Jon Najarian, yes, from the options monster.
Yeah, we
Good friend of mine.
Yes.
I tried to clip off his ponytail in New York recently, and he threw me a karate chop to the neck, and then, you know, the cops came and it was ugly, but we had a nice plate of pasta.
Yes, but we're gonna be talking more about Bitcoin in some of our seminars.
He knows my friend Howard Lutnick over there at Cantor Fitzgerald.
Cantor.
Yeah.
The guy that lived.
Exactly. Was it I'll say no more at this time in deference to my friend Jon Najarian. I don't want to get him in trouble.
Okay. But I remember that Cantor used to show up on our screens on the Bloomberg.
Cantor bought my company 6 months before 9/11.
Did they?
They moved it to the top floor of the World Trade Towers. And it was a prediction market. And had they listened to me, a lot more of those guys would be around today. That's all I'll say.
All right. Well, Max, you're going to be filming today, and I'm going to let you go. Actually, we got to get Stacy on here.
I mentioned 9/11, and suddenly you're pulling me off air, bringing in Stacy. You know, what's going on, Andrew Coffee? Well, I'm being censored.
She's the brains. She's the brains of the operation. She's out there preparing for the show.
Okay, fair enough. But I mean, I don't really see why I need to be excommunicated from your vlog just because I want to get into the truth about stuff.
I'm going to talk to you about Lakota, the Indians, the indigenous people.
The native people, I guess what I found out, and I had no idea. You know, when I talk about Native Americans and the reservations, I think Pine Ridge Reservation, and the plight of the Native American that's in jail at this time for allegedly shooting an FBI agent. And I had no idea, actually, that, you know, the size of these reservations across North Dakota, South Dakota.
You should see the maps, the oil maps.
New Mexico. I mean, they're huge.
Natural
New
resource
Mexico.
maps.
First of all, New Mexico across the reservation, that would be the Navajo reservation, is stunningly beautiful.
Oh yeah.
There's nothing going on there. It's dead, dead, dead. But there's a drive through there that is eerily beautiful. It's fantastic. I never knew this stuff. You know, I've been living in Europe for most of my adult life, and I had no idea what was happening right here in the United States of America.
That's right.
So
pick up a book,
it's
read.
incredible. Yeah, I'm reading about it now. I think it's something. There you go. There he goes.
All right, man.
I'm being cut off now.
No, I'm not cutting you off.
That's it. Censorship. Andrew Coffee.
I can't make these YouTube videos too long.
People get bored. It's all terrible.
Yeah.
It's all horrible. Here in Chicago.
AI. Oh wait, AI's calling me.
Oh yeah, AI's calling. We gotta go.
Okay, Stacy. Welcome
Hi.
to the vlog.
Hi, Andrew Coffee's audience.
Couldn't get a vlog done without putting you on. We just interviewed Max. You'll have to watch.
How was it?
It's good.
I was watching from the counter.
Preparing.
How did it sound?
We have.
What is this?
That's a microphone.
Which brand?
It's just the one that came with Sony. It came with the camera.
Oh. Very cool. Yeah, I see. So it's right and left.
I showed him how to
left, right,
Oh, is that
left. Yeah.
And I showed him how to do the YouTube stuff. So now he's going to be the YouTube monster. You guys are your subscriptions are going to go.
Yeah, but the problem is YouTube is demonetizing everybody. Almost all of our friends they've demonetized. If we can somehow meet Hillary Clinton and start pushing conspiracy theories, we'll be monetized.
All right, I have a theory on this.
Yeah.
This is my take on demonetization. If you're trying to make money off YouTube videos, you're a loser, because they pay $1.50 per 1,000 views. You can make some money, but the algorithms and stuff, just use it as a platform. I'll give you an example. I don't get paid a dime for my videos. Yet, I spent last weekend in Las Vegas, went to the nicest restaurants with Jon, I filmed stuff for YouTube. Somehow through the connections and the stuff that I do, I got paid in other ways. So, you gotta look at it as using them. If you're waiting for YouTube.
Were you doing what Vegas? Were you being a rent boy or something? Is that how you got paid?
Rent? No, I was filming. I was doing stuff that I usually do. But
you know, I know you're not supposed to let anybody know what happened in Vegas, but you just
yeah, whatever happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, except for
what
goes on my vlog.
yeah.
Which is this is going to go on there.
So anyway, yeah. No, I was just checking Twitter, and apparently now there are freaks here. The meltdown happening in America is quite epic from the Democratic Party. Not only have they lost like 1,000 seats across the entire U.S. and state, local, and federal positions, but now they've totally lost it. They have no plan other than pushing conspiracy theories. I just saw, for example, that the Harvey Weinstein story, the Russian bots are talking. No, I swear to God, they have pushed. It's now a Russia story.
Do you want to hear? I got a new Russian idea that I'm gonna put there. I have a cheese head, like a Packers cheese head. I'm gonna take the cheese head and I'm gonna have a guy working like an old computer, and then I'm gonna put the sound effect like of an old bot modem. And the guy, and then I can't figure out. I'm gonna talk to you about this. Like a Russian thing comes, you will vote for Trump and against Hillary, and like the guy like straightens up.
Sorry, I'm in your space.
It's okay.
No.
Anyway,
All
so
right.
Everything's a Russian conspiracy. But with that, we do have to go film a show to push some propaganda on
Grab
you
an
about
Uber down to Castaways and watch us online. Don't forget to smash a like.
Exactly. So we're going to Castaways.
Thank you, Stacy. Max is he's a YouTube monster. His channel's been reactivated like Godzilla. That's right, Jazera. And this is kind of nice that they got AP down here to do their shoots. And there's Stacy. And anyway, I'm going to end the vlog here today because we've got enough content. And I will see you tomorrow or whenever I get another vlog up.